This video shows the wedge modification of a Yamaha Al Kay trombone mouthpiece. The first step is to make sure that the mouthpiece is vertical in the mill, so the test dial indicator is used to ensure that all four quadrants of the rim are within 1/2 of a thousandth of a zero in the z-axis. The mouthpiece is then probed in order to gather the data necessary for programming the new rim. The scanning process takes about 20 minutes altogether. The data is used to generate a new rim in RhinoCAD, and then RhinoCam is used to program the toolpath and G-code necessary to machine the mouthpiece in the CNC mill. Stock is being generated here. The workpiece is being oriented. Coordinates are being set. Tools being selected, along with the RPM and the step over. We're going to use parallel finishing, machining, selecting the tolerances, step over of 3/1000 of an inch. Checking the model, and doing post-processing to export the data in preparation for milling. The G-code is being saved. And then a small amount of editing is required to turn on flood coolant, and also to add one tool movement at the end of the program in preparation for the next phase of machining. We're using a 2-flute 1/4 inch ball nose end mill with flood coolant. The 3/1000 of an inch step over is about the thickness of a sheet of paper, and this produces a surface which has minimal scalloping and doesn't require a great deal of preparation prior to final polishing. A smaller step over would produce a finer surface, but it would also increase cut time, and as it is, the cut time on this mouthpiece is about 30 minutes. You can see that in a modification such as this, I don't actually touch the rim of the mouthpiece at the points of contact with the top and bottom lip. I leave the bite of the mouthpiece on the inner and outer radius unchanged at that point, and I'm only machining the side rims to produce the sloping shoulder and the lateral dip characteristic of the wedge mouthpiece. This retains most of the feel of the original mouthpiece with the advantages of the wedge design. In this step, a small index mark is placed on the outside of the rim to help in orientation. mouthpiece then goes back in the lathe for an intermediate sanding and polishing process. This prepares the surface for the final polishing, which is required prior to silver plating. Total time start to finish, including measuring, programming, cutting, and surface prep, is about an hour and a half.